Continuing from yesterday's video, I didn't realize I implemented my own system mentally to how I'm able to get over people who I've been crushing on or who I had a relationship or some form of emotional bond with quickly too. Well, two things. You have to mentally reprogram yourself to understand that he or she, that person, whoever that is going to be constantly small in your life, but only as long as you keep making your world bigger. Analogy. Picture this. If your room or your life, that person occupies 80% of the space in your room, their absence is obviously going to leave a massive void in your room, right? All of a sudden, your room just got a huge open space in it. But if you build a bigger room or a mansion, that same person or the memories you have of that person will only occupy like 5% of your overall living space. Again, analogy. When you're in a relationship or some form of emotional attachment to somebody, you will attach your self-image to that person. So when they leave, you experience a feeling like you lost a part of yourself or you left, right? Whether they left or you left. But this is exactly the point of the analogy. If you had more to you, you wouldn't feel like you lost a big part of yourself. Get it? If you start to build a mansion, or non-analogy wise, you build your life and add more to it, they will get smaller and smaller in your mental space. The problem is, and I've been through this countless times, I made someone a big part of my life or my world. And then when they were gone, I noticed the void, the empty space, and I just sat there staring at the void. Or I tried to replace the void or the empty space in my room, right, with something that fit into the world. But nothing ever truly feels the same as that one person, right? You know why? Because my world was so small. You have to mentally remind yourself of this when you feel like any situation in life, when it feels like it's the end of the world per se, because we act like it. You need to build your life to where a loss like this isn't gonna distract you as much as it should. This is the perfect time to get hobbies. Perfect times to start picking up stuff or going to the gym, going for jogs, or do what I do. Play Pokemon Go, walk a few blocks every day with your dog or something. Just by yourself, you don't got a dog, you know what I'm saying? Start working on things you promised yourself you would work on. This should be the motivation to do so. Stop playing or staying in this small room or world of yours. Bring and build something new to your life, because when you do, they just seem like a small road bump through your experience in your drive through life. If you don't got much going on, you're too busy just going to be idly thinking about this person. Moving on. The second thing that helped me that I realized I started to integrate into my life is picking selective memories. So me, Aku, I have this terrible history of going back to people who hurt me, right? I have a terrible history of blocking people, then unblocking, then blocking, then unblocking. I'm like one of those people, right? I haven't done it in years though, because of this exact thing I just started doing, right? Well, I didn't say just started doing. I started doing it years ago, which is I opened a document on my computer, or you go into your notes software or your phone app, right? I'm sure everyone got a notes app, right? And I list every single thing that I remember that they did that was manipulative, hurtful, and blatantly disrespectful. And I'll also write down the things that I contributed to. What did I do that was hurtful, manipulative, or blatantly disrespectful? I think about the triggers to that too. What triggered me to do that? And I write it in a bullet list, right? Each bullet is kind of long, but it summarizes a situation or a point. Yeah, I see this bullet and I'm like, yeah, I remember I went there. I remember this made me get so mad. This made me get so sad. I didn't like that feeling. I remember about that feeling. Then whenever I miss someone or I feel like talking to them or unblocking them or whatever, right? I open up that document related to them and I read through it again, or I skim through it and I remind myself, you know what? Yeah, I have care or love for them, but I'm not bringing this person into my life again right now. And I say right now because forgiveness is a lonely path, and sometimes and eventually you might get over it. But oftentimes, by the time you get over it, you're not attached to that person anymore like that, you know? And this has helped me a lot. Sometimes I would keep this list in someone's contact notes on my phone. Like I'll keep their number saved even though I have them blocked. And then if I do unblock them, or if I'm going to unblock them, I don't know how it works on Android, but on iPhone, it will show the notes about the contact. not too far down, and I'll see the few bullets, right? And I'll be like, all right, I'm good, bro. I just remembered why I blocked you. I just remembered why I don't want to talk to you again. You know, I'm not over it. I wasn't thinking about it because my emotions and my impulsivity makes me want to talk to you again because I miss you and yada yada. Right now, some people are able to do this mentally, right? They keep mental notes, and I'm able to do that too. But the reason why I don't do that is because, well, the reason why I don't weigh it as much. I don't weigh my mental notes as much as me writing notes down is because I don't like fishing through my mental space or my memories of someone to a point where I sort of replay something that might make me want to talk to them again. You ever think about someone who hurt you and sometimes a positive memory slips through and that memory overlaps the negative memory? So now this is where you start like making excuses for people. This is where this problem comes in, because someone did something that's really negative, but like you have positive memories where now you start like, again, making excuses, you start coping. Like, and yeah, so this is why I write down these things that hurt me instead. I want to be reminded of that specific thing. I don't want to be thinking about this positive stuff right now, you know what I'm saying? And I'll constantly review it. You might argue, cool, this just makes you more resentful. But you know, I'll be honest, I'd rather be prompted to think twice or a few more times about my actions instead of letting myself return to someone because I miss them when I know they're not good for me, or I need to be reminded they're not good for me. This is why you got to write down these notes. You know, oftentimes with me, at least, when I just go off my impulse, when I miss someone, I end up doing something stupid or writing a long, sad message about how I miss them. Or like I try to talk to them again somehow, and I gotta say, 99% of the time, when I did that and I started creating excuses because I'm using my mental notes, or I tried to be very too forgiving, or I didn't use any mental notes, they would do the same thing to me again. They would disrespect me. They would do this. They would do that. You know, sometimes people don't learn. People don't learn if you keep forgiving them sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, like it's only so many times you can keep doing that. You know what I'm saying? But this is why, like, nah, I'm not doing that anymore. If I feel like talking to them, hey, let me check my notes, cuh. Oh yeah. Oh, now I remember why I stopped talking to them like 10 other times when I try to talk to them again. Or I felt like I'm blocking them. Now I see why. Okay, all right. I just remember this, and they did this, that. Oh, they did this. All right, yep, this isn't for me. Why entertain this? Why, you know how, when you do this too, when you write down these notes, sometimes you feel stupid. Seriously, sometimes you'll read these notes and you'll be like, oh, I want to talk to her again. I miss her so much. Then you'll read your notes and you're like, am I stupid? Am I really thinking that? Am I really thinking I want to be back with her after I just memorized everything she just did? Everything he just did, etc., etc. Hold on. All right. So now, see, I'm being purely irrational. I gotta chill. I gotta recollect myself. Anyway, I haven't actually checked my notes on someone I missed in forever, even though I'm saying this, because truth be told, the first thing I mentioned earlier in this video about how my world is bigger now is probably the most influential and the most impactful thing to me now instead of note taking. Like, I'm doing so many things now trying to make my life better and grow as a person. Like, my mind is everywhere else besides my exes and other people like that. Like, I only really think about my ex, like, the last time I really thought about her, like deeply, where I felt like I was like sort of going through memories of her and I. Man, remember I said I'd be playing Pokemon Go? When, these newer Pokemon, Wooloo, right? This sheep Pokemon here, I put it on the screen. My ex loved this Pokemon. This was her favorite. She had a plushie of it. And when we played Pixelmon in Minecraft, I don't know if you ever played that before, she would collect these. Like, see, I will see like random things that will remind me of her, but my brain is just like, I don't feel like entertaining this right now. I wouldn't say I don't have the time to entertain this, but you know, this is like, I'm enjoying playing Pokemon right now. I don't want to ruin something I'm enjoying because like I'm thinking about her, you know. Also, this is what I'm talking about. I have some mental notes about her that turn me off to ever engaging further to think about her. But like, again, I'll think about her for like 5 minutes maximum. I do still love her, and I hope she is healthy and happy. But man, I'm trying to build a mansion. And I'm not too attached to that small room I had before that she was occupying like 80% of it. She's still in that room. She's occupying like 1 to 5% of that room. You know what I'm saying? And I have no reason to ever walk into that room or open the door. You know what I'm saying? Every other room in the mansion is better to sleep in, relaxing, and working. It's better to lock into everything else. Yeah, just take that 1% of that room that I'm never going to walk down again. You know what I'm saying? Like, does this make sense? Like, there's just so many other things occupying life that, you know, the world is bigger for me now. Life is much bigger for me now. I'm not successful by any means, but there's just so much more that just the past and her. This isn't like even me saying I'm bad. I'm not better than her. I'm not better than anybody, but like this is a small part of my world now. That's what she is. She's a very, very small part of my world. So why entertain it? It's like leaving I don't know, something on the counter in your room. Something on the counter that collects dust. Like you don't even, like, you just leave it there. You just like, hey, you know what? It's just there, you know, like like you just leave it there. Doesn't make sense. Anyway, this episode is found on Spotify and YouTube. I'm out.